Many people have trouble taking apart the Ruger Mark IIs and IIIs, so we have the Speed Strip kit. Once you install one of our patented retrofit kits, all you'll need to do is check to make sure the gun is unloaded, take out your magazine, and close the action. You take the Allen key and you put it directly into the two-piece bolt stop pin. Now we're going to unscrew the bolt stop pin and take it out from the top of the receiver, just the opposite of the way you've always done it. At that point, your bolt slips right out for nice, easy cleaning. Put the bolt back into the receiver tube. Now put the bolt stop pin back in. Take the Allen key and merely hand tighten and thread it back into place, hand tight, and that's it, you're done. As an added advantage, all of our kits are now in their second generation, so if your gun is factory stock, just by putting in the Speed Strip kit, you'll enjoy a couple of additional benefits. Now the trigger pull will be reduced to approximately 3 1/2 pounds.
Really?
With the Mark III, the big difference with the Mark III is that they incorporate a magazine disconnect feature. Most people came to us and they said they want to get rid of that feature. So the 3.2 kit comes to you with a Mark II style hammer and bushing, which is the only safe, proper method of getting rid of the mag disconnector. But since I had to give you a new bushing, I tweaked the dimensions slightly. The added advantage is now that reduces the pre-travel. All of that loose slack on a Ruger trigger. They essentially have two-stage triggers. We've reduced that pre-travel by 65%. Since we've reduced the stroke of the trigger, it also resets quicker for the next shot. And the last additional benefit people enjoy, once you get rid of the mag disconnector, now your magazines drop clean from the frame like a 1911. And that's all packaged in one kit. And that's $61.95 retail. Here at the NRA show, we've got a special going on at $55. We do have a kit for every Ruger they've ever produced, from the early standard autos to the latest 2245 lights that were made 10 minutes ago. We also now have an extended base plate, IPSC style. It's asymmetrical, so it's very easy without even looking at the magazine to orient it properly. We have our own brand of magazines. What we did differently is our magazines have the cutout for the Mark II and the notch for the Mark III. So our magazines can be used in both Mark IIs and Mark IIIs. We've got them for steel frame and 2245. This is our extended magazine release, an extended bolt release for quick, easy operation. These are our walnut thumb rest grips. We also have them in an ambidextrous model. Our bolt rackers have been greatly received so that now you can very easily cock the weapon. You can clear a jam without even looking at it because you're able to just sweep your hand across it. These are the high-vis express sights we market. It's a fiber optic front sight with 3 different inserts. We give you 2 red, 2 green, and 2 white. This is a Majestic Arms Picatinny rail. I notched the rail so that it matches the rear sight, and I kept it below the line of sights. So when you take off your optic, you can still use your iron sights and then put your optic back on. And here at the show, we're introducing for the first time the speed trigger that's dedicated to the frame. In the past, everybody's always made one trigger to fit either the steel frame or the polymer frame 2245. The reality is those frames are so different that they really, in order to make a trigger that fits both frames, you have to do a huge amount of compromising. So we didn't want to do that anymore, so we re-engineered it. It's a dedicated trigger. It's longer than the factory original. It's a smooth face, more ergonomic, much less radius, straighter trigger, so now your finger will get more leverage on it with an over-travel adjustment. And we have a dedicated one, be it for the steel frame or for the 2245 to make it more ergonomic. We also now market in a complete optics package. We work with Bushnell. It's something we were doing in our shop on a custom basis. What we do is we set it up on a Majestic Arms Picatinny rail with Weaver Grand Slam quick detach rings that have been hand lapped. And the whole beauty is now you can take off your optic, use your iron sights for a phase of the course, Ruger rimfire for instance, and you can put your optic back on and go right back to 0. The Bushnell optic gives you 4 different reticles. You get a 3-minute dot, a 10-minute dot, crosshair, and a circle dot in either red or green. If you please hand me a package. We're able to market and send that package out all pre-mounted, ready to go on your gun for a retail price of $199. When the customer opens the package, this is exactly what he's going to see. All the customer needs to know how to do, we've done the lapping of the rings, it's been leveled, it's even been bore sighted on a fixture we made that simulates a Ruger Mark III. So your first shot will be within an 8-inch circle at 25 yards. All the customer has to know how to do is read the instructions, put the Picatinny rail on his gun, drop on his optic and tighten the 2 levers and go shooting. And we're able to do that whole package, as I said, for a retail price of $199.